Hi, everyone. This is Ruel with SJSU Online. Thank you for joining us today on our Cal State Apply video. We're gonna walk you through the process, completing your application and getting everything submitted through the application portal. To my left is my colleague Joanne.
Hi.
Awesome. And Joanne, you are the other enrollment counselor, so thank you for joining us. So to start off, we're gonna start you at the our SJSU online web page, and to start the application process, you click on the apply button that's on the middle there on the upper right, and that'll take you to the Cal State application website, which is right here. And here you're going to go through the process of completing it. You want to start with create your account, so go ahead and do that. And then this, as you scroll down, you're going to enter your information, your contact information, email address, what else? Text and telephone if you want to if you want to authorize communication that way. And then you're also going to create a username and password. So please create something that you remember. Write it down and memorize it if you have to. And then after that, you're going to do the terms. Oh, with the Cal State application, this is a guideline of what the type of password you want to create. So just create your password accordingly. And as you scroll down, there's terms and conditions. You're going to read through that. And then this last question, European Union data protection. You're going to answer that question. And then after you hit no, you're going to create the account. And then after that, I'll hand it over to you, Joanne.
Yeah, of course. And thanks so much, Ruel. So, really, what happens next, if you had a previous Cal State Apply account, all you have to do is log in. So, let me go log into mine really quickly. And if you're starting completely new, what it will redirect you to is something called a extended profile. So that it's going to be information about, um, you know, your degree goals, and then what kind of best suits your current educational status. So click everything that applies to you. And oh, I would say too that you just want to be mindful about what you're putting into this section. You're going to select what you select will determine the eligible programs that you're in. It's also going to give you specific questions regarding what you filled out here too. So just be mindful of what you're putting in here, and you can always double check it too. So just fill this out for whatever is applicable to you. The next thing that will happen after you fill that piece out, you will go ahead and move on to adding your program. So the easiest for me at least is going through the filters. And what you will go ahead and do is click the campus filter, search up San Jose State. So you would click that. And then the delivery would be the online program. So that's how you kind of search for that. And then you select the program that you're interested in. But afterwards, once you do select the program that you are interested in, you will see that oops, you will see that it's going to go ahead and actually provide a green check mark to the side here. So just making sure that's been checked off, and it will give you the program that you've selected through the dashboard here. But yeah, so it's 4 quadrants that you will need to fill out: personal information, academic history, supporting information, and program materials. Um, Really, what you would want to have at this point is just making sure that you've blocked off at least an hour of time. Um, it, it does take some time to get the information in, and you want to make sure that everything's correct. You'll also need your social security number, unofficial transcripts, and also just your annual income information as well. So for the first part here, it's going to be personal information. And if you want to take that over, Ruel.
You see, there's going to be a sorry about that. I forgot to unmute. So this is where you're going to enter all your personal information. There's going to be everywhere you see a check mark that indicates that you've completed that line item. So if we click on the release statement, um, this is just a release statement that you're going to read, check the box, and then scroll down and then hit save and continue. And then next one, it'll guide you to the next line item, which is your biographic information. A lot of this will be already populated, but as you scroll down, you'll have some questions to answer, so you want to answer those accordingly, and your birth information, and then applicant information there as well. So read through these questions, and then hit save and continue. Do you want to get the next two, Joanna?
Oh, for sure. So the next piece here is going to be contact information. So whatever is your most current address and your permanent address is what you're going to be placing here. And then making sure that you have your current phone information and a good email so that way updates are sent to you properly and accordingly. Once that's been checked off, all you have to do is click save and continue to the next section. Um, Over here, really, it's again what's applicable to you. If you are a US citizen, you would click that and kind of just fill this out. If you were born outside of the US, you would fill that out and then just the residency information. Say that you were a undocumented student, then that would be you clicking none and then selecting your country of citizenship. If you were born outside of the state, you would fill that out. And regardless of your just legal kind of like ability to get residency, you would still need to place in your permanent state address, state location. So for this, it would be California, and then select if you claim California residency and if you've lived in California continuously since birth. So just make sure that you select all the things that apply to you and then hit save. Then taken off to the race and ethnicity section. Again, fill out what you identify as, and making sure that you kind of read through um, everything to make sure it's correct, and really just hitting save for that next part. This section here is other information. It's going to require you to have your social security number handy with you. So if you do have a US social security number, you are required to put that in. So you'll have that. And then if you don't have one, no worries. You would just go ahead and select no and acknowledge that. And this would pertain to international students, undocumented students, and other individuals who do not have their social security number. So everything that's applicable to you. This part, if you have this number, that's great, but it's not a required field. So you can definitely skip over that if that's something you'd like to do. You'll also just kind of go through these and fill them out for what is, again, applicable for you and what's makes sense for you. So just reading through these and taking the time to fill that out. And then just making sure you hit save. So yeah, let's just do a random number here. Oh, oh, sorry, this might need to be cut out. So yeah, just making sure that everything's filled in and then clicking save. The last piece for this section is the financial and parental information. This is where you're going to be pulling up the annual income information. If you're a dependent, you would put in your parents' information, and if you're independent, this is your own. It's really looking into the household income and size information, just reading through this to see what's applicable to you again, and just clicking one of these selections. The main thing that I did want to point out too, so this will actually determine whether or not you might qualify for that tuition waiver. So the application actually costs $70, but depending on what you've placed in here, that can be waived. So just making sure that if you are a dependent. Definitely your household size won't be one, it's going to be more. And then for this piece here, the adjusted and untaxed income, they are different. If you need more clarification, there is a hyperlink up here just to help you out with that as well. But go ahead and fill that out. And the last piece is here is campus information and also parent and education levels too. So you would just hit save and continue once you go through that. And then you can go ahead and click to the next section. Um, but yeah, did you want to kind of take over a bit of the academic history, Ruel?
Yeah, yeah, sure. So the academic history is just like it's labeled. You're going to enter your school information. So you're going to click on that tile, if you will, and the first item there is your high school that you're going to enter. You'll need the name of the high school, city and state, as well as your attendance dates, and then your graduation status. And then you scroll all the way down and click save and continue. Is there something that we had to update there, Joanne?
Of 2004.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and do that and hit save and continue.
Perfect. All right. And then it'll take you to the next one. This is where you're going to enter additional academic information, which is your high school GPA and the degree or diploma that you earned. And then you're going to hit save and continue. And then this is where you're going to enter the college information. So you're going to click on that blue button, add a college or university. You just type in, let's type in what university, Chico State. How about that? We'll look up Chico State. Right there, CSU Chico. So, and did you or are you planning to obtain your degree from this college or university? You hit no because you'll be attending here. So this is where you're going to enter your school information. But let's not save this. We'll just go back because we already have a few schools saved in there. So just can you cancel out of that? Or there you go. And then this is where you'll see all your colleges, the graduation, the attendance and graduation dates. It'll tell you the semester system and if there's a degree earned or not. So after you do that, then you're going to go to the next line item, which is the college coursework. And Joanne, I'll let you take it away.
Yeah, for sure. So I had to do this way back when, and I will tell you this now. Everything else seems very straightforward, but this one, it is straightforward, but it does take some time since you will be inputting each of your classes line by line. So you do need your unofficial transcripts for this. Highly recommend that you make sure that you read through these instructions here to make sure that you're following through correctly. And then you're able to kind of select the colleges that you placed into colleges attended and input those grades. So let's go ahead and do this American River College one, click edit. So yeah, so for this one, you will notice that it's going to say fall August 2014 to fall December 2017. They're listed depending on the information that you place in college's attend. So let me go ahead and scroll all the way down here. Really, what's going to happen is that you're going to end up having to add a semester, and you're going to be doing it from the earliest classes you've taken to your most recent ones. So you would go ahead and fill these out, select the academic status that you were in. So if you're a freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, and then completion status, you can mark this as completed, or if you're still in progress, you can have that down. It won't have any grades posted since you're still working through that as well. So that's what you'll see there. And then you would go ahead and add courses. So that's how you're going to get started to build up that little transcript for that. And if you did need to go back to edit them, you just need to click this little pencil here. Again, you do have to go line by line to input all of your transcript information. It should reflect what are on your unofficial transcripts. So making sure that the course code is there and there's no spaces in between is something that you want to watch out for. The course title, the subject should closely relate to the course code. Usually it's kind of part of the course code right there. And then the credits. Um, if you do actually add a course here, say it was again ECE 3 here, you can notice that there's already some things that are populated from the drop-down button. Once you click that, you'll notice that it already pre-populates everything. So that's kind of tied into things like assist.org for transferability. So again, select the course, the subject closely related to the course code, and then input your grade. Okay, wonderful. And the other piece is too, if your transcripts don't reflect repeated courses, you'll go ahead and just label this part as RP, so that way that's reflected there. And if your school does provide academic renewal, you would list that down as 8R. So just being mindful about that. And the last piece too is if you do have military experience and your college is actually able to transfer that out as units, you can list it down as military, place in the course title as DD214, select special topics as the subject, and then list out the credits. For the grade, that should be listed as CR. So, and again, we'll actually include the guidebook towards the end, so that way you have that within your records to look back at as well. But once all of that is filled out, you would go ahead and click Save. And just continue with the other colleges that you filled out. But yeah, did you want to take on standardized testing, Ruel?
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Joanne, and thank you for that. Thank you for sharing that and guiding us through that process. I remember when I submitted my college application, it was all on paper, and we didn't have to do all that. So, but just be wary. Take the time to go through everything, and the next, after you submit all your college coursework, then you're going to be entering the standardized tests, like your AP test or any CLEP testing. There it is. I didn't see it on there earlier. So if you don't have any standardized testing, you just click on that. But if you did, if you did want to add some, you click on the Add button there. Is it not working? Okay. Well, if it doesn't work, it should work when you do it. But right now, since we already completed it or went through this application process, it's not giving us that option. Um, but if you were to add that, keep in mind you would have to order your official digital copies to be sent directly to our admissions department, um, and also as well as your official transcripts when you're ready for that. So then we go to the next step, which is the general education, and this is more about sharing, giving you some information about the different to make sure that you have the what they call the golden four. So the golden four is the oral communication, written communication, critical thinking, and the math concepts courses that you need to have, and you have to have a C grade or higher when applying for our SJSU online programs. All right, so you can save and continue that one.
You'll notice again, this should be fully completed, and you'll know that by the green and the check mark there, but it will lead you into supporting information. And with that, it's going to ask you information regarding ADT and EOP information. So we could click on that. Again, if this does apply to you and you are planning to transfer off with your degree, just making sure that you go through that information and input everything correctly. So you'll have to go through that if that's applicable to you. There is EOP information. So you could go ahead and note that down and just read through it and then go ahead and save and continue. So once it's done, really it's the program materials, which would be that last quadrant. And you'll notice that once you click program materials, it'll let you know the major the program that you're trying to enroll in, and then the university that you are also looking into. So we'll go ahead and click that. And let me see here. So again, with this front page here, it's just that general information about the college. In your case, it'll be about San Jose State. I would highly recommend to make sure that everything's correct by looking into the program details, making sure the campus is right, degree type, start term, and delivery format is correct. So just keeping an eye out that and making sure again that you read through these instructions. And for the last part, you know, there will be some questions that you will have to kind of read through and select the ones that are applicable to you. So making sure that you go through those questions are important. But other than that, once you fill it out, you would go ahead and click save. Um, and at that time, all of these quadrants should be filled out. Um, and did you want to kind of go through the next steps, Ruel?
Yeah, yeah, sure. And the next steps would be to submit the application. There is a $70 fee here. Um, we are hoping to waive that fee for you, so we'll provide you more details as that comes along. And then I forget this green line right here. What does this indicate again?
For
Hold on, Joanne. Okay, start over.
Yeah, no, of course. So for this green line here, it just shows you the progress to your completed application. Again, this is more to guide you towards how to fill out the application. So in your case, it should be all the way through and you should see that green check mark. And then regarding the waiver, it will notify you towards the end whether or not you do qualify for it. Um, and you will see a link to the waiver listed above somewhere here. So just keep an eye out for that. Usually if it's not there, then it looks like you don't meet those qualifications for the waiver. So just highly recommend you keep an eye out for that. But yeah, once you hit submit all, just know that your information, you won't be able to change it from that point. So you can do like one last look around. And once you do submit your application, you can go ahead and actually check on the status from that point on. But yeah, hopefully this is a helpful video. It was really nice kind of walking down memory lane, trying to remember to get all of this done. But yeah, no, thank you so much for your time today.
Yes, thank you everyone for joining us. And if you have any questions, our contact information will be in the description below. So if you need to reach out to us, we're here for you. But also, they will have that Cal State Apply guide to help you with this as well. All right. Thanks again for joining us. Have a great rest of your day, and hope to see you soon online. Bye now.